All right. Another Friday, another week is done. We are live. Guess if y'all been watching my Instagram and stuff, you've been watching what's been going on and stuff like that. Same thing as you come in. Give me an audio check. Let me know everything's good. You can hear me. All right. Sounds good. Okay. Guess before I get started and stuff, man, I want to give a great big shout out to my man, Chasing Andrew. Chasing Andrew Jackson, man. He came through once again, giving us the insight about the auction, cause it's a lot of stuff I didn't know. That could be done in the auction and stuff. And so I'm like, man, it just, taking that information that I got, I say I'm gonna give a breakdown and stuff to some people who are interested in going that route to get a truck, guys. Yeah, shout out to that brother Dan stuff, man. Hey, listen, I hope he keep that feed up, because that was a very, very interesting live feed. So once again, shout out to brother Chasing Andrew Jackson. So folks, before I break into, I know I said I'm gonna go ahead and get the rant out the way and stuff, right? People, it's gonna happen a lot in this industry where a bunch of nonsense is gonna happen, and I guess you gotta kind of roll with the punches or whatever and stuff. What happened this week was, it was one of these weeks where a real long hours and stuff. And so, one of the things that's been happening a lot lately and stuff, I've been going back and forth to Maine, which I have a policy about going to Maine, which is I don't really load nothing out of Maine. So whatever loads I take in Maine, I already go in with the intent of deadheading out and stuff. I'll probably go down to Mass or maybe even to Jersey and stuff and pick up a load and go that way and stuff, right? I mean, they pay me good enough to where I can go up and take the deadhead back down. But every now and again, business kind of pick up over there and stuff. Like they doing a lot of potatoes and broccoli. And so, I don't particularly get wrapped up in those markets there and stuff, because stuff changed so much. It's like it's based upon they'll get you up, they'll give you a load to go up there and pick up, to secure the fact that they got somebody coming. But if somebody's there and they have plenty of people and stuff that's up there, they say, well, hey, listen, I got this load, you ready to go now? They'll tell them to go get the load, and see, you'll be on your way up there. And then once you get to a certain point, they'll tell you, okay, the load counts, so then you got to go do something else. And so, one of the things it's taught me and stuff in my years of running up there is to always have some money. Always have money and stuff to a point to where if you have to deadhead out, then that's what you do. Just deadhead out. Don't sit there and wait on, okay, well, I'll wait on the next load and stuff to come out of there, because that next load might be taking you somewhere and stuff that you don't want to go. I don't do, I try not to do anything west of 81. I try not to do anything west of 81 and stuff. So, they'll try to say, well, hey, man, listen, I got this load going to Michigan, or yeah, I got this load going to Michigan, or I got this load going to Illinois, and all the other stuff. But see, I don't run over. Yeah, I don't run those areas and stuff, man. I mean, that's me. That's my preference. They know it. I'm strictly East Coast, and so when they figure that your money is funny, right? When they figure that your money is funny, you know, they'll get you up there, and you know, it's a well, shoot, he's not about to take that dead head out of here and stuff and go back to Jersey or any of these other stuff. But you know, me, like I said, I learned a long time ago. You know, always keep some money on you. Always keep some money on you and know where to go, and not let a person get you to a point where you get stuck. You know, a lot of guys and stuff, when they go to Maine, you know, they go to Maine and stuff, they stuck there. They like, man, listen, I can't. So, you know, come Friday, 5 o'clock, they ain't got no load. Oh, well. Hold on. Finally got this guy loaded. You know, you get up there and you stuck. And you saying, well, daggone, I got a 305 mile deadhead. Come on, dude. I got a 305 mile deadhead I got to do just to get out of Maine. Then, you know, I gotta take care of Massachusetts and Connecticut if I can't get a load out of there and stuff, right? And so most of the loads and stuff are up there that's going down aren't paying anything. So, you know, nobody really wants to take that loss. So you up there, you know, with the potatoes and the broccoli and stuff, and you're like, well, yeah, I might as well just go ahead and sit rather than take that loss. But you know, again, man, you might be sitting up there 3-4 days, and Maine is a very expensive state to sit in. You know, it's a very expensive state to sit in, especially in the winter. Especially in the winter, you can't shut your truck off. You can't shut your reef off either. You know. So you got those things running. Then you sit in the truck stop 3-4 days and stuff before a load comes out. You know, what are you gonna do? And so, I mean, you know, the climate and stuff is very, you know, it gets very frigid up there and stuff. You know, like, you know, we're in October, and right now the weather is pretty, you know, October, November, December, you know, the weather's pretty much all right as long as you stay south of Maine. But anytime you go like north of Maine, man, it gets very frigid up there. So you can't say, well, all right, yeah, I'll go stay in a motel or something like that, man. Should you come back out there and all your stuff that froze up, and you're in some real bad shape now. So, hold on. So, yeah. So, what they decided to do with me was, I wonder if he's gonna make it through there. Okay, what they decided they were gonna do with me, they wanted me to come back. They wanted me to come back up and haul broccoli. Like, you know, I got this load right here, which I shouldn't even be doing. And this is how it all got started. Like, this a load here that's going up. I'm in Massachusetts over here in Watertown, Massachusetts, around the Boston area, and it's going up to eastern Maine. It's only paying $600. So they let you know right there. They let you know right there and stuff that you should stay away from, you know, doing loads and stuff like that. Like, they got stuff like this, Coca-Cola stuff, because they know that you're going up there to get some produce. You know, you're going to get some broccoli, you're going to get some potatoes. So, when you're in those situations there and stuff, right, they're saying, well, he ain't trying to deadhead up, right, so you'll just make a little bit of money. And these customers know this. So what they do, they put on these special stipulations, like this customer here, that says, well, okay, even though the load's dry, your trailer has to be super clean. And so anyone that runs up here in the area knows that there aren't a lot of places that you can go to get a trailer washout. You either got to go all the way to the market. You got to go all the way to the market and take your chances there. They have another guy and stuff that's down here by the Patriot Stadium, you know. But see, I mean, again, he's not reliable. And even if they're open, you know, they're charging you $120 for a trailer washout. And that's it. You know, so when they know these stipulations and stuff like that, these customers tend to be a little bit more harder to work with. So unless you got some kind of connection with a farmer up there, you know, it's not a good idea and stuff, man, to go to these places. If somebody's doing a load for you. I guess I'm breaking into my rant right now and stuff. You know, it's nothing. Well, it's just basically telling people stuff just to be mindful of some of the things and stuff, because some of the things that you get into, because it's not always peaches and cream out here in this industry. And so especially these loads, because like I say, with my situation, I got this load here. It's only paying $600 to go up to Eastern Maine from Boston. So, you know, look it up. What's going on, Truck Blue Money? So you got an almost 400-mile drag and stuff up there with a load that's, you know, with a load that's not even worth it. When any other time and stuff, something like this, I could have easily made, you know, $1,400-$1,500. You know, pick something up for Jersey, come on up here and stuff, $1,400-$1,500, no problem. But, you know, they know they're putting you in an area, in a place where loads and stuff are coming out more abundantly, so they cut the rates. You know, like this stuff here, $600, or that Coca-Cola stuff out of New Hampshire going up to Bangor, Maine, $400 now. You know, they want you to hook up to those loads, come on up there, then go to Maine, and then you have the possibility of sitting. Okay, Mr. Ross, all right. So yeah, so you already know the deal up here. So the load is, they had this load going to Guilderland Center, which is in Albany. That's an area I don't run much. So they were telling me they need help. It's a broccoli load. So they got a produce exemption that will give you 150 miles from, you can deadhead within 150 miles, and then you can pick the load up and you can drive another 150 miles and you don't have to log it. So they went a little bit further. They talked to the farmers, and now not only do you have the produce exemption, but you got the COVID exemption now too. So I'm low on hours, right? They tell me this after I get done doing a broccoli load. Well, it's a COVID load now. Okay. So you can, so the only thing I gotta do is just go up there, get 150 miles, and then go pick the load up, deliver it, and just do a 10-hour break. So I'm like, all right, cool. Since these loads are COVID, right? I'll take the rig, you know, hey, I'll deadhead back up here and grab another one, because that's the only thing you gotta do basically. Just take a mandatory 10-hour break, and then just drive back up there. You get 150 miles. Okay, you use the produce exemption, you get picked up. Now you use the COVID exemption. So I'm like, well, shoot, man, I can make an easy turn and burn and stuff. You know, they got all these loads coming out of here. So I make my way to go pick this load up, and she tells me the Guilderland Heights is a no-go. Okay, the Guilderland Heights, that's a no-go. So the only load she's calling out to me is French fries, which are non-COVID loads. They're non-COVID, and they're denied produce either and stuff, so you can't use the produce exemption. And I was telling them my hours is what's keeping me from doing these loads and stuff like that. But since I'm already committed to this and stuff, now I got this load here that I got to do. And that's all she called out was these French fries loads and stuff. And so I'm like, it's 600 to go. It's 600 to go up, and it's another 1,200 to come back down. You know, so it's 18. So it's 18 and stuff, and I'll have that by Monday, which ordinarily and stuff, you know, the weekend is when I hustle the most and stuff. I try to get anywhere between 25 and 3 during the weekend and stuff. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they're my most, you know, I try to hustle during those times there and stuff because the week is kind of a touch and go. But, you know, all right, revenue, what's going on? So they that's the situation there. You know, so they killed any possibility of me making money over the weekend. So now I'm going to have to hustle over the week just to get my money up and stuff. And so I'm telling you, this load here, if I can walk away from this load here, I'll be okay. I'll take the deadheaded jersey. But, you know, just like any situation and stuff like that, it's always these loads and stuff that it's always these cheap loads and stuff that always have the toughest stipulations on. See, now they got another guy and stuff that's backing in the hole before me, even though I got my doors open, right? So you want to just say, forget it, I'm out. And you got to be composed and stuff, guys. You got to stay composed and stuff because it's like you want to make money, but it seems like everybody's trying to keep you away from making it. And you're just going to run into those situations and stuff, man. You just got to deal with it the best way you can. And how you think you should handle it is not the way you should, you know. And that's why I'm going live now and stuff, because I feel like if I sit here and let's just I'll skip to another subject. What was the other thing and stuff? Okay, getting back to this thing with the auction, right? I don't know if you guys watched the video. If I keep saying it again, stuff, man, go watch Chasing Andrew's video and stuff. I don't know if he's gonna take it down or not. He should. I hope he doesn't. You know, it's 4 hours long, but man, listen, it is worth the whole 4 hours. It is worth the whole 4 hours and stuff, man. I'm telling you, I'm like, I learned so much from that. I didn't know that they sold ELD, not ELD exempt. I asked the question, what was emissions? What it means to be emissions altered? And it's just like I thought it was and stuff like that. But and you know, somebody asked me the question about how long would I keep this truck right here and stuff, because, you know, I had the surgery and stuff done on it. I'm like, well, I can't sell it. And I see the reason why, because the trucks didn't go for very much. But it's a market for people who understand the industry. I ain't going to say if you don't understand the industry very much, I wouldn't suggest going in there because you'll wind up doing something. You'll wind up doing something stupid and getting yourself in trouble. You see what I'm saying? Cause a lot of people talk about the surgeries, right? Like, well, you know, hey, listen, I gotta get the surgery and stuff like that. And then every time you talk about the surgery, what somebody always come up and say, well, hey man, if they catch you over there in New Jersey or they catch you over there in New York and all this other stuff, man, you know, this, that, whatever, you know, and obviously that's not the case. Obviously that's not the case because a lot of people have just came to that conclusion to say, well, listen, I'm gonna go and get this surgery and that's gonna be done with it, and business just gonna be business, and that's it. Let's see. Yeah, they always yeah. So see, I didn't even know that. I didn't know, but I see now. Like I said, if you got to understand it, like if you got like a mechanic on the line, like for anybody that's in the lease, get with a mechanic. Get you a mechanic before you make your next move and stuff. If you know, before you even get your money, get you a mechanic and let them know what you're going to do. That's number one. Number two, if you can save up $20,000, if you can get you $20,000, and a lot of guys and stuff talking about, well, I'm making $5,000 a week. Okay, that's 4 weeks of running. That's a month of running, right? And then somebody sat there and kept talking about, oh well, see, they add on 5%. Well, it's 5% on the sales and stuff. Even if it's 5%, for every 10,000 you spend, you only gonna get you only gotta spend $500. 500. So I'm saying, I mean, if you go in with 20 stacks, you still leaving out there with a truck, and stuff. And if you know how to do the math right, you still got your substantial sum, and that's all you need. I'll just take the 20. I'll take the 20. The rest of it, I'll just set it back for the maintenance, and just hope nothing go wrong. And even if it do, I mean, they done took care of the hard part for you, which is the the surgery. Cause the surgery gonna run you $3 to $5 grand. Depends on where you go, who you get it done with. But unless you want something a little nicer, like, you know, I seen what the let's see, this what 2020. So I'm gonna say what the 16s and 17, they were selling for $30,000, right? They were selling for $30,000. So. But I didn't hear them say anything about emissions altered. Not on the new ones and stuff like that. So I mean, everything was like 13, anything 13 and 13 or lower, emissions altered. And I say, man, $20,000, because bro, when that T600 sold for 10 grand. When you said what, I said what at the same time. I'm like, as bad as I want a T600. Let's see what the T660 sold. What 13.5, right? So I'm challenging myself. I said, man, I'm gonna have me a T6 or either a T2, not T6, a T660 or a T6 by the end of February. I got to. I ain't gonna put nobody in it. I just always wanted that truck, and I'm gonna just alternate between this one and the other. Screw it. Cause they done did the work for me. You know, they done did the work for me and stuff. So I mean, yeah. You know, now I see how it works. Exactly. Go in there, get it, and yeah. Bro, I mean, I was looking at, what was the other steel? That W9. Yep, that W9, that sold for what? 17? No, I don't want a 6.8. I don't want a 6.8. It's either 600 or the 660. I don't want a 6.8. But that W9 sold for 17. And what really tripped me out was that the only truck that sold, did they get 52,000? That orange, that 379, not the ultra sleeper, that regular one, the one. Okay, all right, that was sold. All right, the W9 sold 17. Even though it had a million miles on it, it's still worth it. I'm scared you get. Yeah, I like the 660 myself, but I'm scared. Let's see, I'm scared to get a truck that already had this. There's nothing wrong. Look, the surgery, right? Only eliminates the surgery. Only eliminates the fact that that's what keeps you in the dealership. That's the emissions is the only thing that keeps you in the dealership. If you get rid of the if you get the surgery, you don't have to deal with the dealership no more. In fact, like I said, you ain't got no reason unless your truck is brand new and you got the factory warranty, right? If you got the factory warranty and stuff, then yeah, that's the only time you go to the dealership. But after that warranty wears out, the only time you need to go to the dealership is to buy parts. You get somebody else to fix the truck. It doesn't matter what it is. You got secondary shops and stuff, man, that fix trucks all the time. Cause all it is raw motor. That's it. But they'll tell you stuff in the heartbeat, man. Listen, we don't deal with the emissions and stuff like that. You know, you got to go to the dealership for that. Anything else and stuff, man, you know, yeah, we'll fix it. What's wrong? Okay, you got this going on. Yeah, we'll fix it. Nobody asked any questions. You know, nobody asked any questions and stuff. I mean, it just some stuff I do ask, like, all right, when I'm getting my you know, they gonna drop my transmission and stuff. And so one of the first thing I asked him, I said, hey, listen, y'all ain't going to y'all ain't got to go into ECM for nothing, right? He said, no. Well, all right, cool. So you can do the work then. And he kind of knew what I was implying. He kind of knew what I was implying and stuff when I said, listen, don't mess with my ECM, cause I'm gonna put a lock on it anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna put a lock on it anyway, so he can't go in it. But he know what I meant. Hold up, let's see. The 6 inch. That was the only truck that sold for 52,000. Everything else, that ultra sleeper, the orange one sold for what? Was it 28 or 38? And then that blue one sold for 40, 42. So the only thing I can see and stuff, right, going wrong in the truck is it's a C15. So I said, well, you know, all right, so let's just say he sold it because he knew the truck was gonna need the end frame in it. Those trucks still sell for what? How much he want for those trucks? I seen one for 98,000, if I ain't mistaken. So they still want 100,000 for the truck. You're getting it for half price. And you get an end frame for about. You get a cat end frame, 20,000. If you take it to that's if you go cat. If you go non-cat and go to another, just go to a regular shop. About 12,000. And I'm pretty sure they done did all the modification to it anyway and stuff. They probably single stage the turbo, which you should, if you run a C15 cat, you should, that's one of the things you should consider doing and stuff, going single stage instead of twin turbo. But that's about it. I seen most of the work was done. And then the truck's paid for it, it's yours and stuff. You put it to work. It just I can't do nothing with an ultra sleeper. They'll skip me alive if I get an ultra sleeper. But hold up, let's see. Let's see. What if they didn't do it right? My guy told me just bring him the truck without it, so he can give the physical to the truck and find it. Okay. You can't really screw up you can't really screw the surgery up, because it's not what it. I thought it was a lot of work into it too, but it's not. You can't screw it up. You can't screw it up and stuff. In fact, the only way I can see them screwing it up is if they just decide not to go and put the holes where the hole's supposed to be at. If they don't cut out the holes, and stuff, and that's the first thing they're gonna do. That's the first thing they're gonna do. So I mean, people done it. It's not a experimental thing and stuff. People know what to do. They done it so many times and stuff, man. I mean, it's like it's nothing new. You can't screw it up. You can't. It's impossible. It's impossible. You can't screw it up. It doesn't matter who you carry it to be honest with you. In fact, if you had the programming, you could do it yourself. That's how easy it is. It's not really sophisticated. I mean, it's just, cutting a few holes in and stuff, and rewriting a few programs in, and that's it. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is the the ECM going out. But what's the chances in that? What's the chances in that and stuff? I mean, it can happen, but I mean, it's not likely. It's not likely. But let's see. Okay, so don't do the surgery. Worst mistake. Okay, explain that. Don't do the surgery. Explain why you shouldn't do the surgery. I'll give you the opportunity. Explain why you shouldn't do the surgery. I'm just saying, I'm coming up on 2 years. By the way, I'm coming up on 2 years. When I say skin me alive, I'm talking about like an ultra sleeper truck, like that truck that orange and blue one that they were selling at the auction. That's what I was saying. Skin. If I get that truck, they will skin me alive, because number one, I don't care about the weight. I don't care about what the weight I haul. Like, if I pick a load up, I don't go get no scale tickets. I don't see how much it weighs. I pick it up and I deliver it, and that's that. That's number one. Number two is I run the Northeast. And stuff, and so they see me quite frequently. And number three is because of number one. Yeah, because see, if you get a super sleeper truck, right? If you get a super sleeper truck, then you got a certain amount of weight on the cab. And then I'm over here hauling loads and stuff like potatoes and broccoli, 44,000, right? I like I said, I don't know because I don't go and I don't get scale tickets. When I get loaded, whatever I got, I'm leaving. I don't. They can throw 100,000 pounds on the back of that wagon. I'm leaving. I don't do all this stuff. Check scale tickets and all that unless the customer need one. I'm not wasting my time going out here and checking to see. Well, all right, I got 12,000 here and 34,000 there and 34,000 on the 34,000 on the trailer. Look, sometimes these tandems, I'll get to a customer and they'll tell me to slide the tandems, and I'll slide them all the way back, and sometimes they'll get stuck. Do you think I'm gonna be wasting my time and stuff, man? Trying to get this thing back in position? I ain't doing that. I'll ride with them tandems, slid all the way back from point A to point B, and then when I get where I need to go to and I'm empty again, then I'll fix it. That's how I ride. Now, my truck kind of don't stand out a little bit. It doesn't stand out and stuff. In some places they have picked up on it, like in Maine, for instance. You know, anytime I go to Maine, they always pull me in. But, you know, my truck kind of fits in with the others, so they ain't looking at me and stuff, right? I know what time to go through certain areas and stuff like that. So I don't waste time because time, you know, when my logs hit 0, that's it. I got to get parked and that's that. No, you can't move for 8 hours, 10 hours. I ain't got time to be sitting there 3-4 hours trying to get these daggone tandems in the right place and stuff, trying to get it picture perfect. I don't go through no scale houses. So they pull me, they got to do a road sign. It ain't no, all right, yeah, I'm going to run across. Because people too scary. They get in these scale houses and stuff, man, and oh no. Like the scale master gonna come out there and okay, yeah, I'm gonna get you, yeah, come on in. All y'all trucks pull in the back. Because, you know, they pull in the scale house and stuff like that, and the speed limit tells you to go 30 miles an hour, like in Florida, for instance. Speed limit 35 miles an hour, and they'll break it all the way to 5 miles an hour because they scared for some reason. They scared for some reason. Like the scale master's gonna go over there and pull them and stuff, and he just gonna throw the red light on them and tell, yeah, come on, pull in the back. Cause I see what you're doing. Pull on over here in the back. They tell you keep 100 feet of space between each other, and the guy got to get right behind you. They got to get right behind you because they scared. I'm scared. That stuff there. She ain't got time for that. I don't have time and stuff, so you know, I don't go on the scale, period. I don't go on the scale, period. I keep right on riding. I don't have time for all this, you know. I barely have time to go in there and grab something to eat. You know, between me anticipating sitting in this traffic and all this stuff, I mean, that's it. I don't have no leisure between point A and point B. You know, stop, do the 30-minute break, and you know, I ain't got to worry about 30-minute break no more and stuff, so that's that. All right, so I gave you the opportunity to say why you shouldn't get the surgery. So, all right. You see, that's the stuff I'm saying. You know, people say a lot of stuff a lot of time about, oh well, this happened to this individual and I heard this and I heard that. But then when you're going through it, living proof, right? When you're going through it, living proof and stuff, I'm a living testament. then you got to tell me and stuff, and the rest of the people that I'm talking to, because the only way that you can debunk it and stuff is say, okay, well, Rooster never got the surgery. Rooster never got the surgery and stuff, and of course, see, we don't use that. Number one, we don't use that word. All right. The reason why people will tell you not to get the surgery is because they think that when the truck messes up and they got to go to the shop, that the first thing they're gonna be looking for and stuff is to see, oh, hey, did you do any kind of modification or whatever? No. The only time that they're gonna check to see about your emissions is if you have an emission problem. That's it. And the only reason why you're going to the dealership is because you have an emission problem. Anything else, anybody else can fix it. Heck, you can go to the TA and get your stuff done. Okay, something wrong with the truck. What, is it non-emissions? If it's non-emission, we can fix it. The TA will do it. It's just when you start messing with the emissions, that's when you got to go to the dealership. The thing is, and I brought the science down and stuff and said, if you get caught. If you get caught. But unless you're going to California, and from the rates that I seen and stuff, if you go to California, fine, yeah. Then, yeah, keep it if you're going to California. But other than that, people ain't got time to be sitting there spending $14,000 on fixing the little small components, and then for them to come back and tell you now you need a $10,000 one box that's been sitting on a shelf that ain't been tested. So you taking your one box off, putting the new or supposed new one box on, because remember, these shops do not sell brand new parts. They sell refurbished parts, reman parts. So you're getting a reman part that's been sitting on the shelf for about 3-4 years, that's only been tested one time, and then you put it on your truck, and then they're gonna put a flash drive. They're gonna put a flash drive in your ECM just in case that emissions and stuff start messing up again, to get you 3 or 4 15, 16, 100 miles away from the shop where you can't take it back. It's all a hustle at the end of the day. You only got 5 years. Look at my old articles. Look at my old articles. If you watch my stuff, the DEF, you only got 5 years. That's it. Anything past 5 years, you just on borrowed time. Cause the second that MIL light come on and stuff, you done. You can go to the shop. They'll tell you, okay, they'll start out with a little small component. Okay, they'll put a flash drive in it. You'll go about 2,000 miles and stuff, and then the check engine light come back on again. Now, you somewhere else. Okay, let me take it back in the shop because I think I got a warranty, right? And then you go in there, all right, well, we found what the problem is, but it's not covered under that last job that the other person did for you. So now you got another $1,000 and stuff in that repair. And I told you that you got 2 types of repairs that you got to do on your emission. You got a 45-minute regen, you got a 4-hour regen. And they charging you $150 an hour. So which one you think they're going to go for? Your truck got to sit out there and it's got a regen for 4 hours. You got 2 hours. You got a 2-hour diagnostic fee. You got a 4-hour regen fee. And then whatever it takes and stuff to put the part and stuff in. You got to do that every single time and stuff. And so, you go in there about 4 or 5 times, like I showed with my work order and stuff, right? You see how I start adding up. $8,000 to fix all this stuff, right? That's how I started out with. And then every time I went in the shop, $1,000 here, another $1,000 there. Detroit worked on a lot of those emission problems. Get a 2017 or newer and a 2000 newer, you good, no need to delete. Just make sure you clean. Just make sure you clean the DPF when it asks for it. Okay. Now, I showed the work order. So now it's 2000. All right, they worked out all the problems. Oh, it's a 2017 or newer issue, right? Because this is 2020. You still got another year before this thing start acting up. Those emissions are under warranty, because if they won't, you wouldn't buy the truck. You wouldn't buy the truck. Look at all the 2012s and 13s and 14s that they trying to sell. The first thing they saying is, oh well, I know a lot of people don't want to buy these trucks and stuff because of emission problems, right? So we're gonna work something out to where if you have these issues and stuff like that, we'll cover you for a certain amount of time or a certain amount of miles, certain amount of years. That's the only way they get them trucks sold. Wait till the 5-year mark. They didn't fix them. It's new. It's new, but after 5 years, them MIL lights and stuff come on, and you're gonna be going back and forth in the shop. Because yeah, Detroit, and I also said that too. Detroit will warranty their the one box, where you don't have to pay but $3,500 if your truck is under 5 years. If it's under 5 years, you take it in there and they find out it's the one box and stuff, and the warranty and stuff is gone, you can buy one for $3,500 only if you buy new filters. Only if you buy new filters. Go on the Detroit website and pull it up. That's the only reason why they backing it. That's the only reason why they backing it. So when you under that and stuff, yeah, of course you don't have to worry about deleting. But after them 5 years up and stuff, see what everybody talking about. See what everybody talking about, because they said the exact same thing with these right here. Oh, they worked out all the before they even put the new style emissions and stuff in there. Any truck that was 07, from 07 to 2000, from 07 to 2010. 07 to 2010 and stuff. You had to keep going back. You had to keep going back to the they said they had all those problems and stuff like that. So to fix the issue, that's when they put up here the DEF. That's when they put the DEF system up there. That was supposed to keep you from going in the shop all the time and stuff to get the what they used to call it, dumping the ashtray. It was supposed to eliminate that. It was supposed to eliminate that and stuff, and it made it worse, because now everything works through the air system. And so the problem that people started having was poor DEF quality. So they said, well, the reason why you got poor DEF quality is because you buying the DEF from the tank. You buying it from the truck stop. You supposed to buy it out the box. You supposed to buy it out the box and stuff, and then they don't tell you that the whole thing works through air and stuff. So as that DEF, when it sprays, when the DEF sprays, it has to have the air in order to shoot it out. And so if you got moisture inside your air tanks, it's going to mix up when it shoots the air out with the DEF, and now the moisture mix up with the DEF, and now you got poor DEF quality. But they'll make it seem like, okay, you just bought some poor DEF. You got some water in the DEF. When they test these things daily at the truck stop, before they even put it in the ground, it got to be tested. But they'll tell you, oh well, did it rain yesterday? Yeah, well then that's what happened. You got a whole bunch of water and stuff. No, your water is coming from inside the truck, from the condensation that's built up inside your air tanks. When you don't change your air filters and stuff, right? Just like when I changed mine, whole bunch of water and stuff get in there. It sprays with the air. And that's how you get the poor depth quality. Add a little bit of water with that depth and see what happened to it. Put it in a jar, add some water with it and stuff, and see what happened with it. And that's what happens. They'll have you think, okay, yeah, just buy the stuff out the box. They'll fix the problem. They don't fix the problem. You still have the same issue. Because when you take out I forget the name of the part. I forget the name of the part and stuff. It's a screen. It's a screen that's in there. When you take it out, it usually have a whole bunch of rust on it. And that's the whole filtrage process and stuff in order for it to shoot the depth, so that it shoot the depth into the one box, so that it can burn the stuff up. That's all that is. Yeah, we got everything worked out. They said the same thing when they brought out the DPF system. And for a long time, it worked for 5 years. Then everybody started talking about the same thing, man. Dude, hey, I don't know what's going on, man. Every time I turn around, every time you see somebody doing a video, they got their orange light on. They got the orange light on. The orange light will come on, then it'll go off. And come on, then it'll go off. Okay, so yeah, we rolled out these newer trucks and stuff now that's supposed to tackle those issues. Bro, you ain't got but 5 years, and that's it. That's all you got is 5 years. That's why I tell anybody, the second that orange light come on, you got a decision that you got to make. If you want the truck, you got too much money in it, you ain't trying to get it, you ain't trying to give it back, you can either do what I suggest, what you're supposed to do with Hector, or if you're going to keep the truck and stuff and keep your business and stuff up and running, go and get the surgery and be done with it all together. Because, yeah, your truck will break down and stuff, but you won't have those issues and stuff there. You ain't got to go to the dealership for nothing else. You ain't got no reason to be going in the dealership. Unless you go and buy parts for your truck. You'll be talking, hey, I need y'all to do a check and advise, because they're going to come outside, they're going to give you a whole list of stuff. They're going to give you a whole list of stuff that ain't got nothing to do with the problem and stuff at hand. Case in point, my bunk heater. Now, it's manufactured by a completely different company. But what did I do? I went to Freightliner. I said, hey man, listen, I know that this thing and stuff is something that y'all don't manufacture. First thing they said, oh, don't worry about it. We deal with it. We'll deal with it. We'll find out what the problem is and stuff. I went in there to get a 2-hour check and advise. They come back and tell me everything except what was wrong with the heater. You stuck like Chuck now and stuff because you got to pay the $150 check and advise fee. Well, the 2-hour check and advise. I'm like, man, what does that have to do with my heater? Dude, the only thing I asked y'all to do was to check my heater and my heater only. In fact, I made it so obviously clear, I cleared everything off the bed and lifted the bunk up and said, okay, there it is. They checked everything in the truck except what was supposed to be checked. So the only thing I could tell them to do at the time and stuff, well, look, all right, at least cut off the idle shutdown, right? At least shut off the idle shutdown so it won't be a complete waste. Since you ain't gonna fix my heater, and stuff, and so, you know, they did all that, and I had to walk out of there with a $600 bill. Never got the thing resolved. But I instantly knew, I said, all right, Brewster, listen, you know that you don't need to be going to that dealership for nothing. So, man, why don't you just take it to the people who made it, right? And worst case scenario, they'll take the old one out and put the new one in and stuff. It don't cost me about $500-600. That's on worst case scenario. And I'm not gonna need the whole thing, just the part that doesn't work. Nope, went to Freightliner. It's too many examples of people who went to the dealership and didn't get anything, got everything and stuff supposedly fixed, right? and still didn't get the issue resolved. Look at Woody. Look at Woody. How much Woody had in the woodshed? How much Woody had in the woodshed? Now remember when his truck went to auction, right? If his video is still up, pay attention to the dash. Pay attention to the dash. He said he got the turbo change. He said he got the turbo change, and he changed the one box. He put somebody in it to drive the truck and stuff, and then he had to wind up selling the truck. When the truck was going to the shop, what did you see? Anybody who knows. And he put all that money in that truck and still didn't get the issue and stuff resolved. And after he fixed the truck, he only kept it, 6 months? After the issue was fixed, he set the truck down. He set the truck down to get the money, took it to the dealership to get the stuff done, and it still wasn't fixed. The truck didn't even give him a year. The truck didn't give him a year, and it was supposed to be under warranty. Supposed to be under warranty. That's him changing the one box. His truck was that was a 2012. Here's a 2012, the woodshed. Truck went to auction. What you think they did? What you think they did with the truck? What do you think they did with the truck? They probably seen them videos. They seen the videos, put the bid in, bought the truck, went and got the surgery and stuff done. Yeah, the stuff will work as long as you get the truck brand new. Because the dealership's job is to make sure that they do their job to keep you interested. Go to if you just want the bump heater, hold up. I'll tell you what website to go to. Hold up. Go to espar.com. ESPAR. In fact, if you go to Freightliner and stuff, right? If you go to Freightliner, you can buy the whole thing and get it put in. You get the whole thing put in for under $1,000. But go to any dealership that sell espar, or just go to the website espar heaters, ESPAR heaters.com. Go up there, just Google it up and stuff, and you'll see the because all it is a little black cylinder and stuff that comes out, and it just produces heat and stuff, and then it sends the waste out through the tube. You know, you see how that white smoke and stuff come up and think somebody's truck about to explode. That's what that is there. The heater don't cost nothing. It's the heater don't cost nothing. It's the APU that costs the money. And as long as your batteries are good, that thing will give you 10 hours. It'll give you 10 hours and stuff. And you know, when your brake is up, let's see. Yeah, well, if that's when you know when you get parked and you cut that heater on. When you cut that heat on, when that heater cuts off, that's when you know your brake is up. That's if you don't burn yourself to death, because that thing will cook a truck, man. That little thing will cook your truck, man. It will. You can literally cook food on that. Well, I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna go that far, but you will burn up, especially in that flat top. Especially in that flat top. In fact, if you get one, you might as well roll the windows down too, so you don't burn up. But I know I'm gonna have me a T660 or a T600 by March of next year. if my good health is strengthened, as long as I'm able to drive trucks and stuff, man, I'm gonna have me one. I ain't gonna put nobody, like I said, I ain't gonna put nobody in it. I ain't gonna put nobody in. I'm gonna just do back and forth. I'm gonna have this one. I might drive this one for 2 weeks. Then I'll drive my T600 for 2 weeks. I always the heater. Well, when you cut the truck on, and stuff, the heater gonna shut off automatically. If they got it hooked up right, and stuff, man, it's gonna override. The second you turn the switch, it's gonna override it right then. But bro, don't be afraid of that surgery. Ain't nobody else afraid of it. You saw, shoot, about half of them trucks in there. Let's see, let it cool down 5 minutes before you turn it. Yeah, I think it's supposed to cool down by itself though. It got a temperature tab on it, supposed to be. And if it get too hot, it shuts down automatically. But yeah, I get it. But man, like I said, that surgery, bro, I thought it was they in the auction just saying that emissions altered. So this truck here is emissions altered. So the only thing it means, they ain't gonna get top dollar for it. That's it. You sitting over here and stuff, man. He made a real good point. Those trucks in there and stuff, man. Quality was selling for what? $250,000, $250,000, $225,000, and then they're walking away with those trucks, man. $24,000. $24,000. No, they sold what? $32,000. But what tripped me out was those day cabs, though. I'm like, man, dude, them day cabs was winning, except them two yellow Peterbilts and stuff. They took a loss on them. But man, shoot, them Freightliners and them international day cabs, they were selling just as much as the trucks who had sleepers on them, which. That threw me for a loop, man. I mean, I didn't know. Them day cabs was winning. The other thing I like about that surgery, though, you know when they won't making no money, because that dude was talking 100 miles an hour, but when nobody was putting no money up, he stopped all that. Like, hey guys, come on, look, hey. Listen, man, you don't drive the title. Dude, hey, I want 40,000. I want 40,000, boy. He get the 100 mile an hour, ain't nobody putting them bids in, and they ain't get that money. That dude stop all that. He stop all that fast and talk real quick. Hey man, listen, what y'all doing? Okay, what y'all doing, man? Hey, look, here's something I didn't know. Like those auctioneers and stuff, I didn't know you got to go to school for that. Cause I always used to wonder. Like, man, I said, dang, how do they talk as fast as they do and stuff, man? You got to go to school. They got a school for that. They got an actual school to teach you how to talk. To teach you how to talk like the Micro Machine Man. Bruh, and look, and the thing is, it's like when the guy talk, when the guy talk and stuff, don't know if, I mean, the auction was 4 hours and stuff. What was it? The same dude? Was it the same dude that was the auctioneer? Did they switch him out and give him a break? Cause bro, that's, man, 4 hours of doing that, man. I don't know what them guys make. They gotta make some good money though. They gotta make some good money, man. I mean, good gracious. 4 hours and 48 minutes. Bro, I know. Ooh, man. I knew he got done, boy. He said that drink some water stuff, just steam will come out. It's the same guy every auction. What? So he worked for all the Taylor and Martins, or do he do the ones for not Hall's Brothers. God, what's them guys, bro? Oh, Ritchie Brothers. He do the Ritchie Brothers too. Cause I know he got to be making at least 30,000. He got to be doing at least 30,000 an auction. He got to at least 30,000 an auction. Cause bro, that's incredible, man. I thought they switch up after like I thought they switch up and stuff after a certain amount of time. Cause I caught the first half of it. And then I lost signal because, of course, I was in Maine. I lost signal for about, I think, an hour and a half and stuff. And I came back. The dude was still up there. Well, you know, with the... But, man, hey, listen, I'm sold now and stuff. I'm like, the next time, I don't go to Memphis, but I think I'll make an exception, though. I think I'll make an exception and stuff. I mean, to go get a truck for 10 grand, yeah. I don't know. They say they're doing one in Charlotte too and stuff. So Charlotte, Salisbury. So I guess I'll check those out and stuff. But man, that's amazing, man. That's a job right there. That's a job. But hey, listen, fella, like I said, the time is kind of wearing down and stuff. Where I'm going to California the 1st of November, and so I'm gonna be over there in Glendale. I'm gonna be at the Hilton in Glendale and stuff. And what I want to know is I'm gonna be there Tuesday through Friday morning to see, I guess, to see everything in California. Is that going to be enough time, or do I need some more? The one in Nebraska is where all the... Hey, well then shoot. Then I guess we going to Nebraska then. I guess we can go ahead and get ready to go to Nebraska. I mean, screw it, you know. I ain't too fond of Nebraska, but I mean, heck, you know, I drove this truck back from Texas. It only cost me $395. You know what? It didn't even cost me that much, cars. I filled the tanks up, and I think I still had. No, I never did a turbo on this one. No, I never did a turbo on this one. But if it ever, let's see, I'm still looking for a good T660 or T6. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, bro, listen, the, that T6. Let's see, they had one, two, they had one. They had one sale. They had one sale for 10 grand. That was the T600, the '07. The 660s went for 13.5. Now with me, he sold one, two. It was four. I'm starting to get phone calls again. So all right, I'm starting to get phone calls. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the damn stuff, man, so they don't keep interrupting the live feed. So this your man here, Rhode Island Red Rooster, telling you as always, continue to do your research, fact find, and study. Oh, wait a minute, he had one question up here. He said, I just purchased a 17, told me they got a fresh turbo done in 19. Yeah, so if they did the turbo last year, then you good to go. You know, as long as they produce paperwork to say that they changed it. But I mean, you know, 17 and 19, they probably did it under warranty deal. So, you know, before it went and got bad, because they wanted to sell the truck fresh. So, you know, so you good to go. You all right. Yeah, okay, warranty work. Yeah, so they try to change those components out and stuff before. They try to change before the warranty goes out. If the truck in the lot, they just go ahead and add, you know, just add it on to the warranty and stuff like that to bring the value of the truck up, so nobody asks questions like the turbo. The truck is a 2017, and then it got a 17 turbo on it in 2020. So it's like, oh man, nah, I don't think I'm gonna mess with it, you know. So. But anyway, fellas, listen, I'm gonna jump on off here because I hate when my live feed get disturbed and stuff by phone calls, because people somehow, some reason, feel they want to call me when they know I'm doing this live. But you know, guess it is what it is and stuff. So we'll pick up on this tomorrow, hopefully. But I'll try to do a live feed either tomorrow or Sunday. So till next time, fellas, y'all know the deal. This Rhode Island Red Rooster telling you as always, continue your research, fact find, and studies. Honest on your skills every day. Till next time we talk, next time we meet, be safe, be easy. Peace out.